Welcome to the online training course for 2020 Human Resource Leave Management Application. Before we get started, in order to use this application, there's a few things that you must have. Number one, it needs to be installed in your system. It needs to be activated in your system so that you can use it, and that your user also needs to have been given the correct security rights and privileges to access this and to go through these workflows. So assuming all of that is taken care of, the first thing that we want to do here is we wanted to determine the type of leaves that will be requested by the employees in your company. So we're going to come in, we're going to go to 2020, we're going to go to Human Resources, which will take us into this application here. We can come into configuration, and a lot of times we will have done this with you or for you in the implementation of your system. But in here, you can come into the leave management types, and you can see that in this system, I've set up 3 different types of leaves. Legal or civic leaves for 2019, which would include things like jury duty, sick time, and then paid time off. If we click on the paid time off, there's a number of different configuration or options that are available in this particular window. The important thing here is, do we want to allow the limit override? And in this case, we do not. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it just like it is. And then the next thing that we want to do is we want to create some tags for our employees. If you have a lot of employees, oftentimes it's easier to allocate time to your employees based on a tag instead of doing it individually. So I'm going to come over to configuration. I'm going to go to my employee tags. And from here, I can set up the different types of tags. I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. I'm going to call it hourly employee. I'll just leave it at hourly and save it. Now I can go and look at my employees. I'll do that by accessing the payroll menu at the top and clicking on employees, and we will look at 01 administrator here. The administrator, if we edit this and we go look at the tags, we now have the 2 different type of tags that are set up for this particular group of employees. We have salary employees and hourly employees. We can select and check one or both here. Now that we have our leave type set up and our employee tag set up, we can go ahead and allocate time off to our employees. We do that by coming into the leave management menu at the top of the screen and then going to Allocation Requests and or Approvals. I'm going to create a new allocation request. I'm going to call it Beginning Balance. I am going to go ahead and associate a beginning amount of time that these employees can take off. I'm going to associate this to one of the different types that I set up. I'm going to select paid time off, and then I'm going to specify the number of days that I want to give and to allocate. We'll just call this a beginning balance. And I can either associate it individually by employee or to an employee tag. So we'll go ahead and use the employee tag that we just set up and associate this to all of our salary employees. We're going to give them 7 days of paid time off. So I can save this. I could route this over to a manager for approval, but because I am the administrator, I can go ahead and approve it here. So now that I've approved that time off, let's go look at the employee's record to see what's happened. Again, to access employees, payroll at the top, employees, there's the administrator's record. And in the top, in one of the smart buttons, we have some time off details. When I look at the time off, I can see that here is what we just gave him, a beginning balance allocation of 7 days, which has been approved. So in this screen right here, we would be able to see all of the allocations that have been given to this particular employee and all of the requests for time off that this particular employee has taken or has requested. When we summarize this, we can see that he has 9 allocated days remaining. Now let's go and request some time off. So I'm logged in as the administrator. I want to request some time off. Again, if I were just logging in for the first time, if I were to go to Human Resources, it takes us to the screen which allows employees to request time off. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to say that I want to take the rest of the week off. So I'm just going to use my mouse to drag and select these 3 days and then let go of my mouse. So I am requesting some time off. I have a family reunion that I need to go to. And now I can specify the time of leave that I want to have. So I can see here that I have 9 days remaining out of 17. If this were jury duty or other civic leave or sick time, I could select one of those as well. So I'm going to say that this is part of my time off. Just allow the durations to automatically pre-fill. I could put in the department or any other type of information that I need to, but I'm just going to go ahead and save this. So on my calendar now, you can see that the administrator has now requested these days off. So that can be sent over for approval by the administrator's manager. Okay, let's go and approve that request or look at that request. And we can access that by coming into leave management and then look at the department requests that have come in. So this is going to show all of the time off requests. You can see up here at the top, it's actually filtered by department leaves. So I'm going to get rid of that one, and it's going to show all of the different approvals or requests that have come in. I can see that there's 2 that have been entered in here that need to be approved. I'm going to select on the administrator here, and now I can make a comment. I can approve it. I can refuse it. Let's go ahead and approve this. And that's pretty much all there is to track your employees' requests for time off and show them on the calendar. Thank you. We'll see you next time.